Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies with your host, Nighthawk. I've been doing a bunch of work off camera, kind of getting things, some of the grindy bits done, prepping some additional platforms and work areas. Almost got this super huge farm ready to go as far as the space anyway. And did a little bit more expansion on the mob farm, but I haven't finished up the entire enclosure. And also made our smeltery, our Tinker's Construct smeltery much taller and added a little bit of automation to making the lava for it. Except for I can't actually automatically put lava or stone in there. Where are you? Did you spawn inside? Oh, you did. He's gonna have a bad day. Let's grab a little bit of this, and we're gonna toss this right in here. Now, I think he is going to have a bad day. At least as soon as that melts. And it's gonna be funny. It's really funny seeing him standing there in the middle of the stuff. I've got the slabs up here because I had stuff spawning on the edge and dive bombing me, which is no fun. And I also went through. These are able to make the dirt like crazy. Let's fill these back up real quick because we do need lots and lots of dirt for our super huge farm. I've got a sound muffler over here, so it's really quiet. I added a lower deck under all of the platforms that I've got so far. And I've got these barrels set up with item ducts pulling out the dirt. Down here, I have a crucible that's making the lava for us. And then over here is the big farm. You'll also notice that there's a lot of cobblestone pieces here. That's because this lava keeps setting the wood on fire and causing problems. I think that's our zombie dying. Oh man, there's blood in there now. What is at the bottom? Let's put the blood at the bottom. And I think if we just pour out some blood, we'll get some congealed blood, which we can use like slime blocks. And there wasn't enough. Well, that's a shame. Not quite enough of the stone either. Let's just toss this full load of stone in here. That's interesting. I didn't know you could get the rotten flesh out of it. They're mob drops. That's pretty cool. Anyway, enough about what we've been working on. Let's take a look at some of the things that we have ready to go for this episode. First of all, let's find our quest book, which I think is over in the house. Maybe we'll take a quick sleep just to get to daytime here. And we will get started here. Okay, up here we have our quest book. So, let's take a look here. We have a whole bunch of stuff opened up as well, but we are working on this automation. And, I don't know if I made enough stuff for the aqueous accumulator. I think we do. The big thing I want to do with this, though, is actually get some automation for our machines, so that we can, or for resources, so that we can actually make resources produce resources automatically. Because right now, in order to get all of the metals and everything else that we need, I have to manually take the hammers, go beat up a bunch of cobblestone, then turn it into gravel, then run it through the sieve that I've got here, and then I've got to stack it up into the stack up these broken nickel and the broken resources into blocks and break them again to get crushed, and it's a real pain. So we want to do this a little bit better. So what I've got here is a variety of things to make various tools. Got the stuff to make a harvester, a planter, an autonomous activator. This is the big one that's our friend. An igneous extruder here, I think, is what I've got that for. And a couple of pulverizers. So we're going to start with the pulverizers and autonomous activator. And let's just grab these. And let's get these made. So 2 of these. Let's put that in there. Put the reception coils and the copper in to get pulverizers. And then we want a chest, piston, pneumatic servo, invar, diamonds, and emeralds. Okay, emeralds and diamonds. Come on, there we go. Okay, so now we got our autonomous activator, a pulverizer, and or 2 pulverizers. Now we also need a couple of batteries to get things started. I don't need that many. I've only got 4 redstone, but this will help make redstone. So I don't have a good way of making power quite yet. That will come later. So what we're going to do in order to get this whole thing started is we're going to make some batteries. And from science as a kid, you know that you can take a potato and first make some lead nuggets. Take a potato, a little bit of redstone, and some lead, and you can make a battery. And these start with 16K RF for each one of them. And you can't recharge them, but they will... You can use those to provide some initial charge to your machines. Let's see. Let's grab some cobblestone to start things off. Now, the great thing is with this is we can set this machine up so that we have... And I probably am not going to keep this here long term, but we'll start with it here. I don't think I have any more... I might have wood planks. We need to get a little altitude here. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this a little differently. We're going to put... We're going to drop down here is what we're going to do. We are going to put the sieve right there. We're going to put a autonomous activator. That's the wrong way. I've got a wrench though. Or a crescent hammer. Let's grab that. And turn you around. There we go. Now, we want to put into this... I probably need to get some item ducts as well. Let's go grab those. Let's get these off my hotbar. Take a quick snack. Now we need to take this piece out. Now we want to have the pulverizer. Actually, we're going to put both pulverizers right next to each other. And this first one, we're going to take gravel, or take cobblestone, and turn it into gravel, and some of it's going to turn into sand. And the sand, let's see, we want to take all of these off, take all of these off. We just need to turn that output. Turn that to output. Now we're going to have the sand. We want to go into this pulverizer to further refine it. The gravel from this one we want to go out the back. That's not the back. That's the top. Hang on. I am messing this up horribly, and I apologize. Let's see. Okay, there we go. That was the back. On this side, we want to have sand come in, and on the back, we're just going to send out... I'm going to send everything out the back. Actually, let's leave it here for the moment, because I want to see what we actually end up with. Okay, so we have cobblestone goes in. This will ultimately get a blue on the top, because we're going to put an igneous extruder to feed into this. For the moment, let's stick a battery here. I think that'll work. Yeah, see there it's charging up. Ignore redstone, ignore redstone. We'll put a battery in here. So these won't last very long, but they should get us at least a little bit going while I get longer-term power source sorted out. So we got gravel. We need to turn that out. And hopefully we'll also get a sand so we can see what the other one will do. Oh, and we get baked potatoes out of it. That's handy. So it costs a redstone. Okay, so I guess I have to add power. I guess I have to power these or put pneumatic servos in them. Let's make a couple of levers. Because we're just going to power these for the moment. Do I have... Do I have the things to make a lever? Let's grab a couple levers. And... for the moment, we'll just do that. And that should work, I think. I don't know why that's not working. Oh, that's because this needed to be in input mode. Ha! I knew that. There we go. Do I need power on this? I might not need to power that. Okay, so you can see it is slowly working through the gravel. We can add more of these autonomous activators to the sieve to make it work faster, and we will in the future. Let's take a look down here. I'm not sure where these are going to fall. The next thing that we need in order to make this work is we need to make a vacuum hopper to pick up all of the resources as they drop. So if we come over here, you'll see we have some obsidian. Get some ender pearls. And let's see. Is it just a hopper? Let's look at uses of obsidian. I think it's shapeless, isn't it? Okay, I just need a hopper and an ender pearl and a piece of obsidian to get us a vacuum hopper. So that will work. I'm going to stick this vacuum hopper right here. And then on the vacuum hopper, let's go just toss some of this stuff back out so the vacuum hopper can pick it up. You see, it'll just store it in its own inventory if you don't have an inventory connected. Or we can make a chest, and it will just drop things directly into the chest for us. So we're just going to put a chest. We're going to put the chest under it. Just like so. I'm going to tell it to... I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. Items are flowing into the chest. Let's put another battery in this pulverizer. That one's all good to go. So we really just need some sand to test this thing out, because the idea is that we get pulverizing cobblestone will give us gravel, and it has a chance of making sand, and we take that sand and further pulverize it into dust, because we want the items that come from the dust more than we want stuff that comes from sand. And the pulverizer is supposed to be able to do that at this point. So let's help this process along a little bit. Let's find a hammer. And we're just going to break some of this cobblestone into gravel. And then we'll take the gravel and break it into sand. Because this should work. Okay, there it goes. Breaking the sand down. So now, see how it breaks it down into dust? Okay, so we want out the back, at least that. There we go. Now this will get sand, or get the dust, and do the same process for the dust. Fantastic. Working like a charm. You can see we're getting all kinds of stuff in here. We'll probably have to make this a bigger chest, ultimately. But we got more redstone, so we could make another battery if we wanted to do so. I think I don't want to do a whole bunch of batteries to power this thing, because while I have an amazing... The potato farm is doing amazing. I have potatoes for days. What I don't have is a lot of redstone. So we don't want to be burning up all of our redstone just to power this system. So this little unit here is pretty much done. And you can see it also gives us these pulverized ores, and we can combine these pulverized ores into the... when we get 4, they combine into a block that we put into the system here. Now what I wonder is if we take this iron ore gravel, we are going to make... Oops, we need to grab... Oops, redstone. We are going to make another potato battery real quick, because I want to test one more thing, and I don't know if this works or not. What we're going to do is we are going to put the iron ore gravel in and see if... Doesn't look like it will. Doesn't look like we can pulverize the gravel directly. So that's unfortunate. Let's put this battery over here to finish up. So we still need to set up a system that will automatically process the gravel into the dusts. Or we could just build these up into make a system that builds these into 4s and just directly sticks them into the smeltery without breaking them, processing them further. Since we're automatically going to be processing cobblestone into the gravels, if we don't get the maximum efficiency out of them, it's probably not a huge deal. Because if we just take this gravel and stick it in the smeltery here, it's going to... It'll still double this, it just won't give quite as much. This is also how I expanded this smeltery up so tall, is I just burned cobblestone in the smeltery to make more of the smelted stone brick, or seared stone bricks. Took a while. Also, the mob tower is doing fantastic. I've got so much of this gunpowder that I actually made a gunpowder brick, or a block of gunpowder. So that's pretty cool. Now, I heard that spider. Now, the next thing we want to do, let's see, this was for, hang on, igneous. I believe this was for the igneous extruder, yep. Let's actually look at the aqueous accumulator. We just need a bucket, some tin, and a pneumatic servo. Let's actually do that, because we want to get a quest completed. And I can always get the, I think I've got enough materials minus the sand in order to make more. I think I just need to make, or not sand, redstone. Just need 2 redstone to make, actually no, I don't, I just need 1 redstone to make the servo, I think. So let's go ahead and make this. And now we should have this quest complete. Perfect, so let's pick a reward bag. We'll go with this one. And now next up is powering up. And for this we need a steam dynamo. So unpowered automation, while good for the environment, is not going to progress, or not going to be enough to progress through the map. You'll need to supply power to machines to, where to go? To continue much further. RF is the energy system for this pack. All the machines except forestry will run off of RF. And forestry machines just need a conduit to convert the RF into MJ. Have bioreactors that can provide biogenerators with fuel. And we got different generators. We also have, if we look at steel power, we also have this path that leads us to making a big reactor. That we're going to have to get into that before too long. If you watch the Monster series at all, which I know I haven't recorded much on that lately either, you'll see what can be done with the big reactors and perhaps what we'll end up with here eventually if we continue on. So yeah, this is working. We just need a lot more power. Let us go. Now the other thing that I have parts for in here is a harvester and a planter. And again, we're going to need power for these, but we can get them made. So we want a harvester. How do I not have all the parts for that? Fine. Shears, Invar. Put those up there. Is it gold? Okay, there's the harvester. And the planter was that, and that. There we go. Harvester and a planter. Now over here, I'm planning this. If we look at the upgrades, I have this sized so that we can put these Enderium upgrades in. And what that will do is make these MFR machines so that they will plant this entire, not counting the wood border, it's a 25 by 25 area inside that the MFR planter will be able, the harvester will be able to work on. I'm going to put the planter there. And I think the harvester is going to end up over on this side. And I've got this set up so that they're kind of, like if we go and take this out, the dirt will be just half a block above the main platform. So I think if we put our harvester, we'll put that harvester right there. And here, we can't use the batteries to power these systems up, but this is how it's going to end up set up. Now, the problem is these Endurium upgrades require, first of all, Endurium, and that is a little bit of a pain to make. So we got to make this pyrethium dust and all sorts of things. Got to make pulverized coal, get some sulfur. We've got the blaze powder, but we don't have the rest of it. So it's going to be a little while before we get that far. What else was it? These also need to have Endurium blend, which is we have to melt ender pearls and pulverized tin, and we have this shiny metal. But we do have to get all of that pulverized and ready to go. So that will be a little while before we put the upgrades in. This will probably actually be... Oops. Or what we'll do is we'll start this farm much smaller. So we'll take this harvester, and instead of the harvester being... I need to finish filling in that floor, I think. Even though all of the inner floor here will be temporary as it gets replaced with dirt. So we're going to put the harvester right. So by default, this plants a 3x3 area, so it only goes this little block right there. And this we'll put here, and that would harvest this little field, little tiny field that we've got going right now. So that's all that this will do without upgrades. And as we add upgrades, we'll just pull the machinery back and expand out the area that it can work. It'll be a little bit messy working with the harvester right here, because it kind of will end up right in the middle of our path. We might actually put it... We could probably put it here with a little bit less... with it causing a little less disruption to the path, but we'll see on that. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit more work off camera to get resources ready to make some power systems, and also get the other components that we need. I might have to actually... I think the igneous extruder is actually going to go on the side, because I need to be able to provide power to these as well. Let's actually change this over there. But, yeah, I think I'm going to get the materials ready to get some power production going. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! I bet you guys thought I forgot completely about this reward bag. Well, yeah, you'd be right. But we can't leave off the episode without opening this up, so let's take a look. Look at all of that wood. That is a lot of wood to decorate with. Too bad I'm not a better decorator, builder type. Also had 3 additional quarter hearts, so we're going to eat up a heart. We now have 9 lives. Must be a cat. Eggs popping out all over the place. Let's put... Let's put all this wood in our wood chest. And, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like and hit comment. Let me know what you think. Talk to you next time. Bye.